What's going on? It's Pride, formerly D-Pryde. We're here, Toronto rappers. It's Prizzy at 50. Let's do it. The name change was like, I had to do it because, one, I felt like some sort of difference had to happen. There are old fans, there are new fans, but at the end of the day, like, sometimes you gotta just do things for yourself, and I felt like D-Pryde was, like, just a very, like, underground hip-hop-ish name. And a lot of people still call me it. Like, a lot of my friends still can't wrap their heads around it, but it's just, Pride just seems more, straightforward. It seems just simple, and on top of that, I just wanted some sort of difference. I just wanted a lot of difference, and I felt like that it was like a small change, but it had a cool impact on, like, what I looked like on paper and on video and on text. Just looked really cool. Came up with my G's, day one, all these bras on me, and they be loving my team, day one, got my city with me. A lot of my other projects, besides my EP, were all, like, very cohesive storytelling, like, hey, this is how life is at this moment type of projects. And what I wanted to do is kind of, like, do kind of the same lifestyle thing, but less cohesive, less storytelling, less like, oh my God, overthought, story, you gotta know about this, you gotta know about that, when, like, really it's just like, have fun, My mom had passed away in April, and all the talks I had with her were just centered around, like, be young, be you. I'd grown up from, like, 16 in the industry until like now. I was a young man, still a young man now, but I missed out on a lot of my adolescent years, a lot of my teen years. I didn't have much time to party. I didn't have much time to be a young kid and go drink and get fucked up and hang out with people. Like, I was just in the studio. I was in New York. I was here. I was there. I was everywhere. You know what I mean? So when the opportunity came to finally live somewhat of a normal life and hang out with friends and have money at my disposal just to be like, hey, let's go to the beach, I was like, let's do it. Like, let's really, really just live out, what childhood years I missed. And that all, like, came together to make a great mixtape album sort of thing. Like, I was hanging out and I was like, hey, what about I make a project centered around the summertime? What about I make a project centered around, like, chicks and, like, drinking and basically everything in my life was at that moment, but not tell so much of a story, just tell so much about, like, how it is, like, in a general sense. And it just came together. Richvale Summer is just like, boom, every song came out so naturally. I would, like, hang out for, like, from, like, 1 p.m. to, like, 1 a.m., go home, get dropped off, make a record until, like, make, like, a bunch of records until, like, 4 a.m., and then, same thing every single day. That was, like, a month. And I came up with, like, 12 great records. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, funny story, I was I think around, like, 8 or 9. I don't even know when the Eminem show came out, so I saw Without Me video on TV. I was never into music. I have, like, if not, like, Nardwar or somebody ever, like, interviewed me, he wouldn't have any gifts for me. I have no influences. I literally have 50 Cent as, like, my biggest, like, my eldest hip-hop knowledge. I'm not there yet. I feel like I have to study that, but, like, I don't know. It's fun. But anyway, so what happened was my mom saw me watching this Eminem video, and I was just, like, really, into it. I was into cartoons and all that, like, funny, like, super imagination-driven, I don't even know what it was. I was just, like, into cartoons and animation and all that stuff, and Without Me kind of had that, like, comic strip sort of style to it, and I just loved it. And I loved the song, too. The video intrigued me first, and then the song was just, like, I loved the song. It was, like, a sing-songy rap song. And he was just speaking about fun things. So after that, like, my mom bought me the album, but she bought the Explicit version by accident. So I became, like, a shithead, and I started swearing, like, super early in my life. But after that, like, I just became a super big Eminem fan. And I dug deeper into his catalog to find out he did like Bitch Please 2 with Snoop Dogg, and like he was doing shit with Onyx. And after that, like I just started doing my research on like those people and like who Eminem would work with. And then, you know, going down the road of time, I fucking started writing like Eminem. I started like really copying the whole thing. And then I made and molded it into my own thing by like 14. But yeah, I fell in love with music when I was like 8. Shout out to Eminem.
Just cause I don't push a coupe in the city don't mean that my living's ain't straight. Uber around town with your bitch, she said that I'm lit. She loving my hair and my fit. You talk all that shit like you better. If my job was easy, then you do this shit, bitch.
In the early process, like it was easy to gain a lot of fan revenue, mainly because I was like a young kid and I was highly marketable to other young kids, which was great. It, you know, I have no, I guess, resentment towards the fact that like at one point I was the people's champ in the young world, you know, to the high schoolers, to like the early, you know, to the early high schoolers, and to like, you know, I have a lot of friends come up to me like, yo, I used to bump you in like freshman year. Like, used to? Okay, we're gonna need to change that up. You know what I mean? But like now it's just hella different. I really like a lot of this stuff now. I mean, I'm like bringing it back. Like, I'm 21, I'm a young man. I want to cater to like a lot of people. I want to cater to like almost everybody. If it's not the freshmen, I want to be catering to, you know, parents, and have parents feel young again. You know, it's like a lot of those years were weird. I can't lie to you and say that I still have the same, you know, fan reach. I don't, you know. Did I fall off? To some people, actually to a lot of people, yeah. I'm not as buzzing as I was before, but you know, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth, and there's always room to admit, you know, where your soft spots are and where your hard spots are. Pause. But you know, it's just all in progression. I'm still progressing. I'm still grabbing a new fan base, and my old fans, like, they grew with me. A lot of them left because like they couldn't just adjust to the fact that I was growing up, and you know, some of them stayed. And I do it for the people that stay, and I also do it for the new ones that come in and really, really gravitate towards it.
Richvale summer all summer. I ain't gotta tell you twice. Look. I got big dreams, big plans coming. I got big intentions for them big face hundreds. I put it on everything.
No major label situation yet. I'm under BMG for publishing. That's about it. But like, I have no staff. We were just like 40 and I were just talking about it earlier. Like, dude, I have no cool manager that knows like 8 billion fucking people, and I have no fucking cool connections, nor a publicist or any kind of like really good networking tool for myself. It's literally just me and 3 other kids, and like we just network the shit out of it on our own. I just have a shooter, a stylist, kind of, not really, and an assistant, and those are my 3 best friends, and that's all I got. And I edit the videos alone. I fucking direct them. I do everything. And then we do the merch alone. We do everything alone. You know what I mean? So, is it hard? Yes, because I have no network. But do I know what I'm doing? Yes. So, I know what I'm doing. That's a good thing. It'll get there. It'll get as big as I need it to get. And it's just all the drive, man. If something seems impossible to you in a certain aspect, break a new wall down, you know? Make a door for yourself.
Too much money on the line. You acting funny with the grind. Fucking all these bitches got me fucking on my time.
People feel like Canadian artists, you know, some Canadian artists don't blossom like that. I don't know. It's probably a personal thing. They probably just want to stay here. They're probably comfortable with it. I feel I have nothing against that. But for the people that really want to get out, it's great to travel. It's great. Like, I was really young, and I went to New York to pursue everything. And I gained what I could going, and I branched out to a whole other regional fan base. That was great. I feel like if you think locally, you're gonna stay local, and you can't. If you really want to be as big as you want to be as an artist, and that, you know, do it super big, you definitely have to stop thinking locally. You know what I mean? There's only so many local open mics you can do before you kind of realize, like, I'm not getting paid for shows. You know what I mean? I'm not out here like that. You got to be out here like that. You know, you got to have a team. You got to, you know, instead of buying chains and all that crazy dumb shit. I'm wearing a chain right now. It's really ironic. Instead of buying like all the dumb shit, like 80 chains and like a fucking like Rolex or something, spend the money on like some flight fare. You know, go out to LA or like meet some people online and then like fly out to LA. You know, if people say it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Sometimes when you simplify it, it gets easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go and buy a car you barely drive to create the facade that you're some cool guy on Instagram. Spend the money, get a flight, go to New York, network. Or go to LA and network. It's not that hard. If you really do this music shit, you'll find your way there. And that's what I heard from a lot of people. It was like, yo, stop buying stupid pairs of like fucking high quality jeans and stuff when you know you have a career to invest in. And if you're doing it independently, invest into it. You know, you got to work hard and then play hard when the time comes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I can give you from my side of things. You know what I mean? I do cool things like today we're like over at this loft right now because I felt like my team and I needed a little motivation, and we're going to work out of this loft today because we want to get a loft. So if we want a loft, let's go live it for a bit, let it motivate us, then go travel and like do shit, work super hard, and you know what I mean? Like, really lock it in. But at the end of the day, like I said, like, don't think locally. You know, expand, perfect your craft, and invest in your career, like, extremely wisely. Because the more you invest in your career, the more you'll get out of it. That's the best thing I learned. Shouts out to Brampton. And shouts out to Toronto rappers. Thank you for holding me down. Swag, swag.
She don't want a man. Bitches in the background. I can't even mind.